Social media is on fire right now, and the internet can't stop talking about it. Rapper GloRilla just dropped what fans are calling the most savage diss track of the year, and it's aimed directly at Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug, two people nobody ever thought she'd come for. But trust me, this isn't just another petty feud or lyrical jab. This one cuts deep. From cryptic Instagram stories to leaked studio footage and explosive live reactions, GloRilla has officially declared war in the most public, unapologetic way possible. And here's where it gets wild. Rumors are swirling that this diss wasn't just about industry beef. It was personal. Insiders claim a secret betrayal, late-night studio confessions, and even romantic jealousy fueled the entire thing. Fans are divided. The comment sections are a battlefield, and both Mariah and Thug have allegedly fired back behind the scenes. Everyone's asking the same thing. What pushed GloRilla to go this far? What's the real story behind the diss that's got the whole rap world choosing sides? Stay tuned, because what's coming next might just change how you see all three of them forever. It all started on a random Tuesday night when GloRilla's Instagram Live suddenly took a turn no one expected. She was laughing with her crew, playing unreleased snippets in the background, and then, out of nowhere, she played a beat that had everyone's head nodding. But the moment she started rapping, fans froze. Her lyrics were sharp, personal, and filled with clues that pointed straight to Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. People in the comments were typing like crazy, trying to figure out if what they were hearing was real. It wasn't just subliminal shots. It was names, situations, and memories that only insiders would know. By the time she ended the live, social media had already exploded. Within minutes, clips of the stream were everywhere. Blogs reposted it. Fan pages started analyzing every lyric, and even major music outlets began speculating about what could have caused this sudden eruption. GloRilla didn't confirm or deny anything. She just tweeted one word: truth. That one tweet sent shockwaves through the industry. Fans were divided. Half of them cheered her on, saying she was finally speaking her mind, while others called it messy and unnecessary. But the truth was, this had been boiling under the surface for months. People close to GloRilla claimed that things between her and Mariah had gotten weird long before the diss dropped. Apparently, they were cool at one point, friendly even. There were pictures of them hanging out at events, laughing at award shows, and even commenting under each other's posts. But according to insiders, that friendship started to crack after Mariah began spending more time with Young Thug, who GloRilla had collaborated with in the past. The rumor mill went wild with claims that Thug and GloRilla had a short fling during a studio session in Atlanta last year. Neither of them ever confirmed it, but fans noticed subtle tension afterward. Thug stopped reposting her tracks, and she unfollowed him not long after, so when Mariah was suddenly seen performing alongside Thug during his mini-tour, people put two and two together. The whispers grew louder. Fans began calling Mariah fake and accusing her of stealing GloRilla's moment. Mariah tried to brush it off with a tweet that said, "Real ones don't need validation." But that only added fuel to the fire. GloRilla's followers interpreted it as a jab. The tension simmered quietly until this week when GloRilla decided to let it all out through music. The diss track, titled "No Apology," wasn't subtle at all. It started with a haunting piano loop and a chilling whisper, "I told you not to cross me." Then the beat dropped and GloRilla went in. She rapped about loyalty, snakes in the studio, and people pretending to be real while plotting behind her back. One line stood out instantly. "You said you loved his art, but you wanted his heart." Fans immediately linked that to Mariah's recent interview where she called Young Thug an artistic genius. Another line hit even harder. "You switched sides for a verse and a bag, but now your name in my verse is the tag." Within an hour of its release, the song hit 1 million views. Fans flooded Twitter and Instagram with reactions, calling it a lyrical massacre. But behind the scenes, sources claimed Mariah was furious. According to one insider, Mariah called GloRilla's move desperate and childish. She allegedly texted a mutual friend saying, "She's trying to use my name for streams." Meanwhile, Young Thug reportedly told his team not to respond publicly, but that didn't stop him from posting a story showing him in the studio with a caption that read, "We don't do internet games." Things got even more heated when GloRilla's friend, known for being outspoken, went live and hinted that there was more to the story. She said, "They know what they did to Glo. Y'all only see what's online, but behind closed doors, it's way deeper." The internet immediately began spinning theories. Some fans believed Mariah had sabotaged a collaboration deal GloRilla was supposed to have with a major producer. Others said GloRilla had found out something personal about Mariah and Thug that crossed a line. Whatever it was, emotions were running high. The next day, Mariah broke her silence with a cryptic post on X, writing, "Some people talk loud when they hurt quiet." She didn't name names, but everyone knew who she meant. Her fans flooded her comments with heart emojis and support messages. GloRilla, on the other hand, responded with a selfie in the studio, captioned, "Hurt people make hits." It was clear the battle lines had been drawn. Music insiders started weighing in. One popular podcast host said, "This isn't just a diss. This is a full-blown fallout. GloRilla feels betrayed, and she's using her art to fight back." Another said, "Mariah's response is too calm, which means she's planning something. No way she lets that slide." Then, as if the drama wasn't enough, a leaked phone call started circulating online. In the audio, a voice that sounded eerily like Mariah could be heard saying, "She's mad because Thug never claimed her." Fans lost their minds. If it was real, that line confirmed everything people suspected about the love triangle. But Mariah's team quickly denied it, calling the clip fabricated. Still, fans weren't convinced. They slowed down the audio, matched speech patterns, and even compared it to Mariah's interviews. The resemblance was undeniable. As all of this chaos unfolded, GloRilla's camp stayed silent. Her manager simply posted, "Music speaks louder than lies." Meanwhile, Spotify streams for No Apology skyrocketed. People weren't just listening, they were dissecting. TikTokers made breakdown videos, decoding each lyric and pointing out clues. Some even speculated that the song had a second part ready to drop if Mariah responded. By the weekend, the entire industry was watching. Major artists were subtly picking sides. One rapper commented under GloRilla's post with fire emojis, while another liked Mariah's latest tweet. Fans began saying this was turning into the female rap Cold War. What made it even messier was that Young Thug's team hinted that he might address the situation in an upcoming single. Late Sunday night, a fan spotted GloRilla and her crew leaving a restaurant in Atlanta. Paparazzi rushed over, asking if she had anything to say about Mariah or Thug. She smirked and said, "They know what they did. I'm just saying what everybody else was scared to." That one line became the headline of every blog by morning, and that's where things started spiraling further. Because after that comment, someone close to Mariah reportedly leaked screenshots that would change everything. Those leaked screenshots hit Twitter like a bomb. No one was ready for what they showed. It was a series of text messages allegedly between GloRilla and Mariah from months ago, back when everyone thought they were cool. The messages started off casual, talking about music, outfits, and mutual friends. But then things took a sharp turn. In one message, GloRilla supposedly told Mariah that she didn't like how close she was getting with Thug, to which Mariah allegedly replied, "It's just business, sis. Don't be insecure." That one line sent the internet into meltdown. Fans began arguing about whether Mariah was gaslighting her or if GloRilla was being too sensitive. But the final few messages were what really set the tone. GloRilla's last text read, "Don't play with me because I always find out." Within hours, our "Don't play with Glo" started trending. People flooded both their pages, demanding answers. Mariah went live that evening, looking visibly upset but calm. She didn't deny the messages, but she claimed they were taken out of context. She said, "Y'all only see what they want you to see. I never betrayed nobody. I've been focused on my music." Still, her voice cracked slightly when she said it, and fans caught that. Some thought it was guilt. Others thought it was pain. Either way, the live only made things worse. Meanwhile, GloRilla was in Houston performing, and during her set, she shocked the crowd by changing a few lyrics from her hit song. Instead of the original line, she looked directly at the camera and said, "Don't trust a scientist who studies snakes." The audience screamed. Everyone knew that was a jab. Clips of the moment went viral instantly, with fans calling it the mic drop of the year. But the real twist came the next morning when Young Thug finally broke his silence. On his Instagram story, he posted a black screen with white text that said, "Never let a lie live longer than the truth." It was vague, but fans instantly dissected it. Was he defending Mariah? Was he responding to GloRilla? Or was he hinting that there was more to the story? To make things even more confusing, he deleted the post 15 minutes later. By then, screenshots had already flooded the internet. Behind the scenes, industry insiders claimed that GloRilla and Thug had a massive fallout over a song they recorded last year. Apparently, GloRilla had written a verse for one of Thug's upcoming tracks, but when the final version dropped, her verse was cut and replaced by Mariah's vocals. That's when everything allegedly started to spiral. A close friend of GloRilla's said, "She felt disrespected." That verse was personal to her, and when Thug replaced it, it wasn't just business. It felt like betrayal. Rumor had it that GloRilla confronted Thug about it during a studio session, and things got heated. One witness claimed she told him, "You used me when it was convenient, then threw me away." Thug, in return, allegedly said, "This is music, not emotions." After that, they stopped speaking completely. Mariah, who was in the studio during that session, supposedly tried to calm things down, but GloRilla took it as her taking sides. By now, the fans were completely divided. Mariah's supporters said GloRilla was being dramatic and turning professional issues into personal ones. GloRilla's fans accused Mariah of being fake and manipulative. Twitter spaces were filled with debates. TikTokers were making timelines of the feud, and YouTube gossip channels were racking up millions of views overnight. Everyone had an opinion, and every theory got crazier than the last. One night, just when people thought the chaos might finally calm down, GloRilla went live again. She was in the studio surrounded by her team, and she said something that made fans gasp. "People out here lying on my name," she said, "acting like I made all this up. But the truth always comes to the light. And when it does, don't say I didn't warn y'all." Then she played a snippet of a new song. The beat was darker, more aggressive, and her lyrics were venomous. She didn't say any names, but she didn't have to. The message was clear. This wasn't over. Moments after that live ended, Mariah tweeted, "Some people live off attention, I live off peace." The post was classy, but it came with a hidden sting. Fans took screenshots of it and paired it with side-by-side clips of her and GloRilla's interactions from the past, dissecting every gesture and expression. One fan even slowed down an old interview where Mariah mentioned a certain rapper who couldn't handle success. The internet decided she was talking about GloRilla. The situation escalated, even further when Young Thug's sister entered the chat. She commented under a fan post saying, "My brother never needed her. Let's be real." That single comment caused chaos. GloRilla's supporters came after her, calling her messy and unnecessary. Within hours, she deleted it, but the damage was done. Now it wasn't just an artist feud, it was spreading to families. By Friday, fans were camping on social media waiting for what they believed would be Mariah's response track. And sure enough, at midnight, she dropped a surprise single called Mirror Talk. The cover art was symbolic, a cracked mirror with two reflections of her face. The song was smooth and melodic, but the lyrics were loaded with shade. She sang, "You scream my name for fame, but still can't spell loyalty." Another line said, "You play victim like a script, but I wrote the ending scene." It was a subtle but deadly comeback. Fans went wild. Some said Mariah had officially outclassed GloRilla. Others said she took the soft approach because she couldn't handle direct smoke. But what no one expected was GloRilla's next move. She didn't tweet, she didn't post. She showed up at a club appearance wearing a shirt that said, "Scientists lie too." The crowd lost it. Videos of her walking in went viral with millions of views. The next morning, a well-known producer who had worked with both artists hinted that things were about to get uglier. He tweeted, "The truth always leaks one way or another." Hours later, a mysterious voice note surfaced online. It was allegedly Mariah talking to a friend about keeping things quiet before it blows up. The clip was short, but her tone sounded anxious. Fans started speculating that she was hiding something. Her team immediately released a statement calling it deepfake manipulation, but once again, the damage was already done, as if all this drama wasn't enough. Another twist came when an old video resurfaced from months ago showing GloRilla, Mariah, and Thug together backstage at an event. In the clip, GloRilla looked uncomfortable while Mariah laughed and leaned toward Thug. Fans zoomed in, slowed it down, analyzed every facial expression. Some said GloRilla's smile looked forced. Others claimed she rolled her eyes right before walking away. The internet turned it into a meme war, half joking, half serious. But the underlying tension was clear. Industry insiders started whispering that this feud could affect major collaborations. A big fashion brand that had been planning to feature all three artists in a campaign reportedly put the project on hold. Sponsors didn't want to pick sides publicly. Both artists' teams were under pressure to manage the fallout, but neither wanted to back down. GloRilla felt she had truth on her side, and Mariah believed she was being unfairly targeted. And just when everyone thought the situation couldn't possibly escalate further, something unexpected happened. An anonymous source sent an email to several gossip outlets with a mysterious attachment labeled proof. No one knew what was inside, but one outlet teased it with a cryptic post. "If this is real, The whole story changes. That teaser alone was enough to send everyone spiraling. Fans began refreshing pages every few seconds, desperate for an update. Mariah's team started sending out legal warnings, while GloRilla's silence only made things more suspicious. Everyone wanted to know what was in that file. And then, just as the first outlet was about to post the contents, their page went dark. When the gossip outlet's page went dark, everyone thought it was a glitch. But when minutes turned into hours and the post still didn't go up, fans realized something bigger was going on. The outlet, known for never backing down from controversy, suddenly deleted every mention of the GloRilla, Mariah, and Thug story. No screenshots, no teasers, nothing. It was like the post had never existed. That only made the rumors grow stronger. What could have possibly been in that file that made a whole media outlet go silent overnight? By the next morning, conspiracy theories were everywhere. One theory claimed the file contained studio footage showing a heated argument between GloRilla and Mariah. Another said it had voice recordings proving Mariah and Thug had been secretly together for months, even while GloRilla thought she and Thug were working on reconciling their friendship. Others said it was something way darker, something that could ruin reputations and end careers. The hashtag #TheScientist Files started trending across social media. Mariah's team quickly released a statement saying, "We will not be commenting on baseless rumors." But that only made things worse. GloRilla stayed silent, posting nothing, saying nothing. And when an artist known for being loud suddenly goes quiet, it says more than words ever could. Then, out of nowhere, a short clip leaked on a fan account. It showed a studio hallway dimly lit with muffled voices arguing in the background. One of those voices sounded a lot like GloRilla. Another voice, calm but defensive, was believed to be Mariah. You couldn't see their faces, but the argument was clear. "You played me," GloRilla's voice shouted. "You knew what you were doing." The other voice replied, "You think everything's about you." "I don't owe you nothing." Then the sound of a door slamming echoed through the clip before it cut off. The video spread like wildfire, millions of views in hours. Fans debated whether it was real or staged. Some said it matched an old vlog that showed the same hallway, proving it wasn't faked. Mariah's fans argued that even if it was real, it didn't prove anything. But for GloRilla's supporters, it was enough to confirm everything they'd believed since day one, that Mariah had crossed the line, and GloRilla had every reason to fire back. The tension got so thick that even other celebrities started chiming in. A few rappers dropped cryptic tweets like, "Real recognize real," and "Don't bite the hand that put you on." One well-known singer posted, "Women in the game need to stop fighting each other and fight for the crown." That tweet got over 500,000 likes and sparked another round of debates. Some called it hypocritical, others praised it for calling out the chaos. But no one could deny. The entire industry was watching. Meanwhile, young Thug finally decided to speak during an interview on a radio show. When asked about the feud, he laughed nervously and said, "Man, I don't know why my name even in that. I don't got beef with nobody. I'm just focused on my music." But then he added something that made everyone sit up. Sometimes people get caught up in feelings and forget what this game really about. Fans immediately took that as a shot at GloRilla. Within minutes, clips of that line were trending everywhere. GloRilla's response came later that night through a post on her story. It was just a single sentence. "Feelings don't lie, but people do. No names, no tags, but everyone knew who she meant." It was the most indirect direct shot anyone could take. Mariah didn't respond this time. But fans noticed she started liking tweets that said things like, "Imagine thinking you the main character, when you just a feature." The silent jabs were getting pettier by the hour. Then came the event that no one saw coming. Both GloRilla and Mariah were scheduled to perform at the same festival in Atlanta. Social media immediately went crazy, predicting chaos. Blogs started counting down to the day like it was a boxing match. Security reportedly tripled their staff for that night. The tension was so thick that people showed up hours early, just hoping to witness something dramatic. When Mariah took the stage first, she performed flawlessly. No shade, no comments, just music. Fans began to think maybe the feud had finally cooled off. But then GloRilla's turn came. She walked out with her head high, wearing a black outfit with the words "Truth Hurts" shining in rhinestones. The crowd erupted. Halfway through her set, she stopped the music and looked into the camera, smiling. "Atlanta, I love y'all," she said. "But sometimes you gotta remind people who really run it." Then the beat for No Apology dropped, and the crowd lost their minds. The energy was electric, but when she reached the last verse, GloRilla added a new line, something that wasn't in the original track. "You thought your mirror clean, but I see your cracks through the glass." The crowd gasped. It was a direct reference to Mariah's song Mirror Talk. People screamed, phones went up, and even the stage crew looked shocked. Mariah's team reportedly left the venue immediately after. By the time GloRilla finished her performance, Twitter was already flooded with clips of the diss. After that night, everything spiraled again. Mariah unfollowed multiple mutual friends, and GloRilla posted a series of photos captioned, "Never scared of a scientist." Even Thug's name started popping up again because fans noticed he stopped following both of them entirely. It was like everyone was drawing invisible battle lines and no one wanted to say why. Things got even more dramatic when an anonymous insider went on a podcast claiming they knew the real reason behind the beef. According to them, GloRilla had written a verse meant for Mariah's album but was cut out at the last minute. Not only that, the insider claimed Mariah reused some of GloRilla's lines in her song Mirror Talk. Fans rushed to compare lyrics, and shockingly, a few phrases sounded eerily similar. One fan pointed out that Mariah's line, "I gave you truth, you gave me echo," mirrored GloRilla's old unreleased lyric from a freestyle months before. This theory blew up instantly. Fans accused Mariah of stealing GloRilla's creativity and passing it off as her own. Mariah's supporters argued that the lines were generic metaphors and not proof of plagiarism. But the story had already stuck. GloRilla's fans flooded her comments with fire emojis, calling her a visionary and Mariah a copycat. For a few days, the internet was split right down the middle. Fans began holding live debates, editing together compilation videos of both artists' lyrics, performances, and interviews. One TikTok video comparing their styles got over 10 million views in less than 24 hours. The comments were brutal, some defending Mariah's artistry, others saying she built her career off other people's work. Just when the feud seemed like it had peaked, another twist surfaced. Screenshots from an old group chat allegedly between GloRilla, Mariah, and Young Thug leaked online. The messages showed them joking around and planning a collaborative EP called The Chemistry. Fans were stunned. It proved they'd once been close friends and that this beef came from somewhere deep. One message from Thug read, "Y'all both my people, I don't want no smoke." Seeing that broke fans' hearts. It made the feud feel sadder, not just messy. After that leak, people started begging them to make peace. Even major artists stepped in subtly, commenting things like, "Time heals all." But neither GloRilla nor Mariah budged. GloRilla's latest post simply read, "Some bridges can't be rebuilt when the fire's still burning." Mariah's response was quieter, a black and white selfie with the caption, "Some silence speaks louder than screams." For the first time since it began, the feud didn't feel like entertainment anymore. It felt heavy. Fans started realizing how deep the wounds might really go. There were rumors that both teams were trying to negotiate a truce behind the scenes, but nothing official came out. Then, just as the noise began to fade, a surprise came from the one person no one expected, Young Thug himself. Young Thug broke his silence in the most unexpected way, through music. Just after midnight, he dropped a surprise single titled Lab Rats, with no promo, no announcement, and no features listed. Within minutes, the internet knew exactly what it was about. The song wasn't a diss toward one person. It was a message aimed at both GloRilla and Mariah. The beat was dark and brooding, filled with eerie synths and echoing ad-libs. The opening line hit like a thunderbolt. "They studied me like a test, then failed to keep it real." Fans instantly knew this was Thug's side of the story. In the second verse, he mentioned being caught between fire and ice, a clear nod to the two women and their feud. He rapped about loyalty being sold in verses and about two queens fighting over a crown that never fit. It wasn't direct, but it was enough to confirm that everything the internet had been speculating wasn't just rumors. There was truth buried deep beneath the drama. Social media exploded once again. Some said Thug was trying to calm things down. Others said he was fanning the flames. GloRilla's fans claimed the song proved she'd been wronged, while Mariah's supporters said Thug was using the situation to boost streams. Still, one thing was certain, the triangle was now complete. Every major player had spoken through music. The next morning, a video surfaced of GloRilla listening to Lab Rats in her car. She didn't say a word, just shook her head and turned off the music halfway through. Fans caught that instantly and started tagging her, begging her to respond. An hour later, she posted a cryptic message on her story. "I don't argue with people who play both sides." It was short, but it said everything. Mariah, on the other hand, seemed completely unbothered. She posted behind-the-scenes clips from her new video shoot, smiling and laughing with her crew. One fan commented, "Girl, "Thug just dropped a song about y'all." And she replied, "I'm too busy working to listen to lies." That one comment blew up everywhere. People started calling her the silent savage and saying she was winning the feud just by ignoring it. But that calm didn't last long. 2 days later, during an interview with a popular entertainment blogger, Mariah was asked directly about GloRilla. She tried to dodge the question, but eventually said, "I think she's talented, but she needs to stop letting emotions run her career." That clip spread like wildfire. Fans tagged GloRilla under every post, waiting for her reaction. She didn't disappoint. The very next night, GloRilla performed at a packed show in Miami. Midway through her set, she paused, looked out at the crowd, and said, "Funny how some people talk about emotion when that's the only reason they're relevant." The crowd screamed. She laughed, dropped the mic, and walked off stage before the last song even started. The video went viral instantly. What no one expected, though, was that behind the scenes, people close to both artists were trying to broker peace. A well-known producer, who had worked with both, confirmed that he had reached out to them privately. "I told them they're both too talented for this," he said in a podcast. The industry loves drama, but real legends know when to move on. Fans began hoping that maybe, just maybe, this whole saga could end peacefully. But before that could happen, something shocking came out. A leaked studio log. Someone posted screenshots showing that GloRilla and Mariah had actually recorded a joint song months ago, before the feud began. The title was Alchemy. Apparently, it was never released because of a disagreement over creative direction. According to the leak, GloRilla wanted it to be a raw rap record, while Mariah wanted it to be softer and melodic. The argument during those sessions supposedly caused the first rift between them. Fans couldn't believe it. They had gone from collaborators to enemies, and now this piece of history was out for everyone to see. Some fans even begged them to release Alchemy, saying it would be a perfect way to end the feud. Others said the song would only reopen wounds that were too deep to heal. Then, a week later, Mariah posted a video on her story, her sitting in the studio late at night, with a soft instrumental playing in the background. She looked emotional, her eyes tired but focused. In the caption, she wrote, "Forgiveness doesn't mean weakness." That simple sentence set off another storm of speculation. People wondered if she was hinting at reconciling with GloRilla, or if it was just another cryptic lyric for her next project. Hours later, GloRilla posted something that caught everyone's attention. A black screen with text that said, "Sometimes silence is the loudest diss." It was like they were communicating through invisible ink, both speaking but never directly addressing each other. By now, the public had grown emotionally invested. Fans were crying in comment sections, reminiscing about when GloRilla and Mariah supported each other publicly, when they used to laugh together on lives and cheer each other on. Old clips resurfaced of them hugging backstage, joking around, even calling each other sis. People missed that era and wanted it back. Even other artists began posting messages about sisterhood, subtly referencing them. But just when things seemed to calm down again, a new twist emerged, one that changed everything. An anonymous Twitter account posted a video showing young Thug in the studio with a female vocalist whose voice sounded unmistakably like GloRilla's. It wasn't new footage. It was dated just 2 weeks ago. Fans went wild. Had they made peace? Were they secretly collaborating again? Mariah didn't say anything at first, but eagle-eyed fans noticed she unfollowed Young Thug shortly after the clip went viral. Then she tweeted, "Lesson learned, some bridges should stay burned." It was obvious what she meant. Once again, the internet broke into chaos. Fans accused Thug of playing both women, of trying to fix his public image while stirring the pot behind the scenes. Others said GloRilla and Thug were simply making music and that Mariah was being dramatic. The situation had turned into an endless cycle of he said, she said. In the midst of all this noise, something surprising happened. An open letter surfaced online, allegedly written by GloRilla herself. It wasn't posted on her accounts, but the writing style, tone, and phrasing matched hers perfectly. In the letter, she wrote about feeling betrayed by people who smiled in my face, but also admitted that she missed the peace before all the chaos. Fans debated whether it was real or fake, but many said it felt genuine. The final line of the letter read, "Maybe one day the music will speak for us again." For the first time since the feud began, people felt a sense of calm. Mariah didn't respond negatively this time. Instead, she posted a heart emoji on her story with no caption. Fans took it as a silent truce. Even Young Thug posted a photo of a dove with no words. As if signaling peace, industry insiders started whispering that both camps had agreed to step back from the drama and focus on their art. There were even rumors that the long-shelved Alchemy track might finally see the light of day. No one knew for sure, but fans felt hope. For the first time in months, social media wasn't full of hate. It was full of nostalgia. A few days later, during a live performance, GloRilla did something that shocked everyone. Toward the end of her set, she paused and told the crowd, "Sometimes you gotta let go to grow. I wish everybody peace." The audience cheered. Fans cried. That clip alone went viral, with thousands of comments praising her for maturity and growth. Mariah, performing in another city the same night, ended her show by singing an unreleased verse that ended with the words, "The war is over, but the scars still sing." The crowd applauded softly, sensing the emotion behind her words. And just like that, what started as one of the messiest, most explosive beefs in recent music history slowly began to fade into something else: reflection. People started realizing that behind all the drama, shade, and viral moments, there were real emotions. Betrayal, pride, friendship, and heartbreak, all tangled in fame's spotlight. Still, fans haven't forgotten. They're waiting, hoping, refreshing their feeds for any sign of that rumored collaboration, wondering if the two women who once called each other sisters could ever share a stage again. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. But one thing is certain. The story of GloRilla, Mariah the Scientist, and Young Thug has left its mark on music history. Not just for the bars or the beef, but for reminding everyone that even in the spotlight, emotions run deep and loyalty is never guaranteed. And now, the world waits for the next move. Because in the world of music, silence is never the end. It's just the calm before the next verse. And just like that, the internet is left spinning. Glo's diss track didn't just shake the table, it flipped it over, set it on fire, and walked away without looking back. People are still replaying the lyrics, catching new subliminals every time. Did she really expose a secret relationship between Mariah and Thug? Was that line about betrayal actually real? Nobody knows for sure, but what's clear is that Glo isn't backing down. Mariah's team has gone silent. Thug hasn't posted since the track dropped, and fans are starting to wonder if this was just music, or a message meant for someone specific. What makes this even crazier is how divided everyone is. Some say Glo finally stood up for herself and showed the industry she's not to be messed with. Others think she took it too far, crossing personal boundaries for clout. But either way, she got the world watching and talking. Everyone's waiting for the next move, for a response, for another verse that could end careers or start an all-out war in the studio booth. So now it's over to you. What do you think? Was Glo justified for airing it all out, or did she go too far this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we want to know whose side you're on. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're loving the drama, subscribe for more exclusive breakdowns and turn on notifications so you never miss the next wild twist. Because if this story has taught us anything, it's that in the music game, loyalty is rare, betrayal is public, and revenge always sounds better on a beat.